John Swinney has been the common denominator through all of this. Now, the First Minister's loyalty to a colleague may be commendable, but her real loyalty should be to the parents and the pupils of Scotland. They deserve new leadership in education, and John Swinney cannot deliver it. Why won't the First Minister see that?
First Minister.
I'm not sure loyalty to colleagues is a strong suit for Ruth Davidson. Ruth Davidson says, I won't write to universities. The reason for that is because John Swinney has already spoken to the universities. She says we won't publish how SQA is working. The reason I won't instruct them to do that today is because they did it last week. And of course, in terms of teachers in our schools, there are more teachers in our schools today than there was when I became First Minister, and we've just funded local authorities to employ more teachers in our schools. But you know, let's come to, and forgive me, Presiding Officer, you know, my mind is not particularly on political matters this morning, but Ruth Davidson wants to have this kind of exchange. She really should think about the position from which she seeks to do it. Because just in a few months, I will submit myself and my government to the verdict of the Scottish people in an election. That is the ultimate accountability for our record and our leadership. And as we do that, Ruth Davidson will be pulling on her ermine and going to the unelected House of Lords. So can I gently suggest to Ruth Davidson that when it comes to holding to account and scrutinising politicians, she's really not coming at this from a position of strength, because it is not me who is running away from democratic accountability.
Ruth Davidson.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. For 4 months we've had this First Minister stand up and tell the people of Scotland that she doesn't do party politics. 9 minutes it took her. 9 minutes it took her to get there. And the difference, Presiding Officer, is this.
Let's have some order, please. Let's have some order, please.
The former leaders of the Labour Party, the Scottish Liberal Democrats, the Scottish Conservative Party, might want to go and serve in another parliament, yes, and she thinks that that's a bad thing. But not a word of condemnation for the former leader of her party that would rather shill for Putin's Pravda.
First Minister.
Presiding Officer, I think all it's taken 9 minutes to do today is expose Ruth Davidson's raw nerve. But can I say, I don't criticise anybody for wanting to serve in any parliament. I just have an old-fashioned preference.
Have some order, please.
I just have an old-fashioned preference that they get elected before they do so. But, Presiding Officer, this government has serious issues to deal with, and we deal with them each and every day. We are not infallible. We make mistakes, and when we make mistakes, we put those mistakes right. And as First Minister, with my team of ministers, we are going to get on with the job of leading this country as best we can through the crisis it faces. And we welcome scrutiny for that, but we will not lose our focus on that central task, which is a more important one than any government has faced in Scotland for quite some time. And that is what I will be focusing on today, tomorrow, and for the foreseeable future.
Question number 2.